In an earlier class, we discussed the importance of optimizing your landing pages to maximize the quality scores of your keywords and ads. Well, today we're going to look at how you can structure your campaigns to complement that, trying where possible to match the structure and layout of your website. We'll also talk again about how grouping keyword themes into ad groups is so important, and why you should be targeting specific pages on your website and not just sending traffic to your homepage. First, let's go over some core principles. You should really structure your AdWords campaign as closely as possible to the layout of the website that you want to target. Now, this doesn't mean that you should create an AdWords campaign or ad group or even advert for every page on the site, but it does mean that if you wanted to sell 4 or 5 different items on your inventory or product range list, you are going to need a separate ad group for each one of those individual products or services. It's no good creating a general campaign with a general ad group, loading it with all of your different product or service keywords for the different products and services, and sending all that traffic to the homepage, expecting customers to be able to go and navigate and find the items they're looking for. It's not going to happen. Your campaigns in general will lose quite a bit of their quality score because you're using different types of keywords within the same campaigns, or going to a page that at best could only relate properly to a couple of those keywords, and it's likely that you're going to have higher bounce rates as people don't instantly get what they're looking for. Let's have a look at what an ad group is in more detail. Ad groups are like little pots that sit within AdWords, and they group together your keywords and adverts. All of the keywords that are in a particular ad group will trigger the adverts that are in that ad group, and no other adverts. You can have multiple adverts within any ad group, but only those adverts will be triggered by the keywords that are in that grouping. Now, the reason why these are so useful is because it allows you to group your similar keyword themes together. So in the example here, we have freshly brewed coffee as the advert. The only keywords that we're going to want to use to trigger these adverts relate specifically to freshly brewed coffee, and notice that the landing page is only related to freshly brewed coffee. If this company then also wanted to sell some of its, say, instant coffee or teas, it's going to need at least a separate ad group. Those new ad groups would need new keyword lists and new adverts and new landing pages. Within any one campaign, you can have as many ad groups as you like, and I would advise creating, as long as you have the time, because they do take time to set up and particularly to build well-written adverts, but I would say try and create a separate ad group per keyword theme. So if we go for the example again of a dog care company, they've got 3 services: dog walking, dog grooming and pet taxi. For each of those services they need a separate keyword list and a separate advert, at least one, tied together in their own ad group, as you can see here, and all of those need a separate landing page on the website. If the dog care company was to increase its service offering and offer 5 services, well, it would also need then 5 ad groups. To look at the example of the nightclub in New York, it has 3 categories of events that it wants to promote: jazz, rock and hip hop. It needs a separate keyword list for jazz and a separate advert list for jazz, and these group together in the ad groups, and you can repeat this as you go further on down the table. Again, for each of those ad groups, we need a separate landing page. If you can remember only two things from this lecture, it's to work on the principles that where possible you want to match the structure of your AdWords campaigns to the layout of your website, and in the narrowest way possible to group keyword themes together within separate ad groups. As a general rule of thumb, I would say that for every different landing page that you want to send traffic to, you need a separate ad group, and for every separate landing page that you do have, they should only have one product or service on it. If you've got 10 products and services that you want to promote, then you're absolutely going to need 10 landing pages on your website, and to promote them on AdWords, you'd require 10 ad groups within, say, one campaign.